Good evening everybody. Well, it's July and 2019 and it's Burton's Middle Class Review. Now, it is a cold winter's evening and some of you don't feel like drinking a beer. Well, guess what? For you who aren't drinking a beer, because it is dry July for many of you, in Australia, a lot of people have, they do the dry July thing. They don't drink at all during July. It's probably easier to do in the cold winter month. But obviously, supposedly there are health benefits. So, in the spirit of things, I'm actually going to review something I've never had before. An alcohol-free beer. And in this case, this is something I picked up at Dan Murphy's for $1.95 for a $1.95 for a 500ml can or half a litre. So there you go, it's an alcohol-free beer, premium lager, SCHLOSSGOLD. Nice and close for you there. Yeah, it's got to be different, guys. So anyway, it is Saturday night. Not much of a party going on at my place at the moment. Everyone's in bed asleep, but I'm going to do a review on this beer, okay? So this is an Austrian beer, and I'll just crack it right away. I always put beer in a nice thick glass. That keeps the temperature a lot cooler. Give it a good pour in to get rid of a lot of the CO2. Now as I pour this, whoa. Well, it's definitely like a European beer. Plenty of head on that. And look, there's really good colour in it, must admit. It looks like a beer, but to me it just looks like a Heineken. So let's get right into this review. What can I say? It looks like a beer. I don't know if it'll taste like a beer. So here we go. Okay, there's not a lot of bitterness there. It's kind of sweet actually, sweet aftertaste. Slightly sweet metallic aftertaste, I have to be completely honest with you. Look, it's sort of, yeah, I guess it tastes like beer, but I'd have to say, yeah, it reminds me of Heineken, just that very light bodied European lager. Not a really dry after finish or anything. Look, bit watery actually at the end of it. But the funny thing is, in Australia right now, beers that are quite popular right now, like your Great Northern or Great Northern Super Crisp or Iron Jack, which is its competitor by Castlemaine Perkins, Iron Jack Full Strength, which is only 4.2%. Look, they're all pretty watery too. Although I must admit, out of all those real watery beers, like a Corona for instance, Tooheys Extra Dry, it's made in Australia, but Corona, Mexican beer, like they're all pretty watery. So if you like those sorts of beers, this probably wouldn't bother you. Look, I don't really know what the point is of these beers. I guess you could turn up with a 6-pack of this Austrian, supposedly premium alcohol-free beer, and people will just think you're drinking some premium lager. I'll top up the glass. Look, it puts, that's a hell of a. I thought it would go flat a bit, but it hasn't. Look, this is an okay beer if you want to look like you're drinking beer, but you're off the booze. Now, I'm not promoting drinking a lot or anything. I'm just doing a review. And look, the only point of this beer is to look like you're having a beer when you're around people who are drinking. It's kind of like going shooting with a shotgun with blanks in it. It's pretty much it. You know, it looks the same when you're firing it, but it doesn't have the same effect. But look, what am I going to give this out of 10? Look, it tastes okay. I can't really compare it to other alcohol-free beers, but look, I'd probably give it a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Personally, if I was having a non-alcoholic drink, I'd just rather drink water or chocolate flavoured protein shake, to be honest. But that's just me. But if you're doing dry July and you're really that bad, you know, that you just can't go a month without having a beer, but you're going to do the whole 0% alcohol thing for the whole month, yeah, something like this. However, I must warn you, it's quite pricey. This 500ml can of Austrian alcohol-free beer was actually $1.95 on a throw-out bin, so it's not cheap. It's a lot cheaper to buy real beer. But anyway, all the best, guys, and yeah, drink responsibly, as they say, and stay awesome.